Do you have a big dream you're looking to achieve at the moment, Insider? But there are days where you doubt yourself. There are days where you're inconsistent with those actions and so your big dream seems so far away. If so, today's video is going to be very useful for you because I'm going to reveal the 3 habits that you must know to be more successful in your life right now. So make sure to pay close attention because I'm going to break this down step by step for you. Now, today's video has been inspired by a fellow insider. His name is Matt Cole, and this is what Matt Cole asked over on Facebook Messenger. Let me read it out for you. So Matt Cole said, "Hey Tim, I love your message you put out. I would like to know, once you've seen that Steve Jobs video on YouTube way back when, what did you do after that to get started and how did it all initially work out?" Matt Cole, just want to say firstly, thank you so much for sending over that question. And Insider, if you'd like to also submit your question over to me so you can be featured on our show, all you have to do is follow the link above right now or go directly to the link here, or you can follow the link in the description box below and simply submit your question on Facebook Messenger. Now Matt, as you know, when I began my journey, I was extremely negative in regards to the way I saw life. I was hanging around with the wrong people. I was involved with drug dealing at the time, as you know. And even though I was inspired by what Steve Jobs said, and the very sentence that made me embark on this journey towards success was Steve Jobs always used to say in his speeches in regards to how he looked in the mirror every morning and he asked himself, if today was the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? That sentence was the right moment for me to hear that message, and that was the moment I truly woke up. And even though I woke up, I did have a lot of forces going against me, resistance, as after all, my behavior was reflecting who I was at the time and I viewed myself very negatively. So it was extremely hard for me to create change, but eventually, in that year, I was able to get results, not only in regards to business, but in regards to my love life and also my health, because I was suffering terribly because I was involved with a lot of not just dealing drugs, but taking it myself as well, which was a big mistake. Now, I was able to achieve this because I incorporated these 3 habits into my life. Now, of course, there are more habits that I do today, and this is why I've shared a lot of advice in regards to this on Success Insider. So I do highly suggest you check out more videos after this in regards to more habits that I've got today. But I basically started with these habits and made it a must for me to incorporate this. So this is what I'm going to break down to you right now, Insider. So make sure to pay close attention. The first habit that I incorporated into my life was to never wait for the feeling to come first, but instead to take the action first. You see, most people in life, this is how they view success or trying to get results. They're waiting for the feeling, the right moment, the right feeling in their, their head or whatever it may be, their hearts, right? Whatever they're saying, they're just waiting for the right feeling. And then they finally do it, and then they believe they're going to transform into that person, their future self. When in reality, that's the wrong way around. That's like me saying, I'm going to wait for my muscles to grow, and then I'm going to hit the gym. In reality, you got to flip this on its head. So your identity, you got to change the way you view yourself. As after all, your self-image has a huge impact in regards to how you act on a day-to-day basis. So if you view yourself negatively, you're gonna act exactly in accordance to that. It's one of the strongest psychological forces. So you got to change the way you view yourself, and that's why I've got a lot of routines that I do in the morning. Go check out some videos I've got on Success Insider to do morning rituals that help me to reinvent the way I see myself. And this is what I began to do very early on, which was a decade ago. And basically, the way I changed myself was through rituals. And once I'd done that, I began to take the action, because when you see yourself differently, you begin to take action and you don't question it. Just like how a smoker doesn't question whether or not they're going to light up that next cigarette. Just like how somebody who loves running doesn't need to question whether or not they're going to go out running. When you change your identity, the action comes very easily. And then the feeling comes later. Look at any high performance athletes. You get Michael Phelps, like Olympians. What does he say? There are days I woke up, I didn't want to train. I wasn't in the feeling. I wasn't in the mood to get in the pool. And yet he said, I made myself get in the pool. I made myself get in the mood to train. High performance athletes, high performers of life, they don't wait for the feelings. If you're only putting the work on the days you feel good, you're not going to get anything achieved. Get out of it. Stop being addicted to your mood. You got to realize what's most important right now and do it despite how you feel. And when you're willing to delay that gratification for the long-term gain, that's how you become more successful in life. That's the first thing. The second thing, the habit I had to build up in my life was in regards to the quantity versus the quality. You see, especially when somebody's new to the world of entrepreneurship, and I was very new when I began when I was 17, I was focusing on that perfect business plan. I was focusing on the perfect quality product or whatever idea I had. I was just focusing on the quality, and I spent days after days after days planning. And I remember one day I came across this analogy that changed everything for me in regards to how I view this. And it was in regards to a teacher who was teaching an art class. He had one group of students. He said to create the perfect vase out of clay, and I want you to make it the most quality one you can possibly make. And then to a second group of students, what he said was to create quantity amounts of these vases out of clay. You can create as many as you want. In fact, that is the whole goal. 4 hours, both classes, and he said go. And what he was found was so fascinating. At the end of the 4 hours, the class that actually focused on quantity, churning it out step by step every time, making those mistakes, were the ones who actually created the perfect vase. The quality. They spent 3 hours plus just planning. When they finally tried making it out of clay, they failed. So at the end, their vase looked really weird because they didn't spend enough time taking action and making those mistakes. One of my business mentors said this to me once, which really struck me deep. He said, Tim, the best way to succeed in business is to be in business. Mike Tyson says this as well. He says how everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right? So it's about realizing, get in the game. Ready, fire, aim. Get in the game. Don't wait for that perfect moment. Clarity comes from taking action. You got to keep taking action. You got to fail forwards. Of course, be willing to learn more. Be willing to learn from other people's mistakes. Of course, that is obvious. You got to always invest in your knowledge. That's obvious. But be willing to actually give it a shot as well, right? Because if you know so much and do so little, what's the purpose of that? You get no results. So be hungry student, learn, but then implement. Get in the game. So that's the second habit. The third habit that I'm going to reveal to you right now, the final habit, is all about having a rock solid belief in yourself. You see, if you want to be more successful, if you want to achieve your big dreams, if you don't have rock solid capability to believe in yourself, that is the number one sign you're going to fail in life. If you don't believe you're born to do great, if you don't believe you're born to win, how do you expect to win? And one of the big forces in regards to your beliefs, whether or not you truly believe in yourself, is also down to your social environment conditioning. So if you are a child, for example, who've been taught as you're growing up, oh, you're really bad at that, you're really bad at that, you're really bad at that, it's very likely you're going to grow up and think you're really bad at something. And so it's important, if you do not have a lot of belief, because I didn't have a lot of belief when I began, I had to surround myself with winners. I had to educate myself in regards to personal development, which is great because you're watching a video like this, but you got to go all in. You got to be willing to ask for help. You got to be willing to ask for help from coaches, mentors, go through courses, just fully commit to mastery, not just dabble here and there on some videos. And when you get that rock solid belief in regards to what you're capable of, that's what allows you to constantly be in the game. That's what allows you to fail forwards. That's what allows you to realize failing in life is not about being knocked over, it's about staying down when you've been knocked over. Failing in life is about realizing that if you don't get back up, that's true failure. And so realize the strongest trees don't grow in the best soil. It grows in the strongest winds. We grow when we're tested, but most people, they get knocked over straight away and they quit. And so in order to never be a quitter, in order for you to be truly a winner, you got to truly believe you're born to win. And that has to be a rock solid belief that you cannot let go of. It's a habit that you've enforced. You've stepped into your future self because you've asked yourself, who do I need to become in order for me to overcome these obstacles and achieve my big dream? And you've stepped into that version and you're now owning that version because you realize if you step into your future identity now, you'll begin to see the results you want much faster. These are the 3 habits that help you to achieve your success. I hope you found this video helpful, Insider. And Insider, if you want to submit your question over to us, be sure to do so and be featured by following the link above or go directly to the link here. It'd be great to answer your question as well. And if you like this video, Insider, be sure to like this video And share this video with your friends and loved ones, because remember, life gives you more of what you give. So if you want more results in life, you got to become a person of value, to provide value to other people. Share this video with friends and loved ones right now, because it's the right thing to do. And as always, Insider, follow your heart and take action and go live the life you're truly born to live.